Hi guys, I thought I'll come on tonight and just do a little eye look, just create a little eye look with some press shadows. I've got some nice ones and I've always done quite basic simple day looks before, so I'm going to try and do a nice one that you can, I guess, wear in the day, or you can be a bit more glam with it for the evening. So I've already cleansed and moisturised my face. I'm going to put on a little bit of primer, and then when I do the base, when I've finished, I don't have to wait for it to dry. How's everyone's week going? Mine's been quite busy so far, and I'm quite busy and full on the rest of the week as well. I took my brother 150 miles into North Wales yesterday, so that was fun. All them country bloody lanes, driving at like national speed limit. I get so nervous on country lanes. Don't mind at all motorway driving, quite comfortable with that, and you know, stick me in a city as well, you know, surrounded by buses and heavy traffic, perfectly fine with that as well. But I hate country lane driving, but it wasn't too bad. Okay, so I'm going to do a bit of eye primer as well, so that's this stuff here. The pigments that we use, they've actually infused with primer already, so you don't need to prime your lids. It's entirely up to you, but if you want your colours to pop, then it is advisable that you do. And then you know, some people prime the whole of their lid right up to their brow, and some people prime underneath as well. And it's also great if you've got, you know, if you're aging as well, and you know, our eyelids can start to sag a little bit and go a little bit wrinkly. It just means that your makeup application is going to be that bit more smoother. Okay, I'm just going to wait for that to dry a little, and I think I'm going to apply Manipulative on the lid. So that's that gorgeous kind of coppery, orangey, shimmery colour. And I'm going to warm the crease with my favourite, Gingerly. Maybe some Manipulative in the outer V, and then I might use a little bit of Legendary either in the outer V, or I might just use it as a liner to finish off the look. And then Optimistic is great for a bit of a highlight colour, or Exhilarated is as well actually, which is this one. This one was a champagne shimmer and it was a limited edition one, so I don't believe that's available on the website any longer. So I'm going to start off with Gingerly, and I'm going to use one of our own brushes actually. I'm going to use the Deluxe brush. So I'll just swirl it into the pigment a little bit and tap off the excess. And then I'm kind of placing it in the crease. Primer's not too dry yet, but never mind. So I'm warming up the crease with this. And whatever I do on this side, I tend to always do the other eye. Just that I don't do the one eye and then go back and do the second one. I like to do them both at the same time if I can. So this is Gingerly, a little bit darker than what I'm used to because I don't normally prime my lids. And that's like the transition colour and to warm the crease up. So same on the other side, swirl the brush into the product, tap off the excess and then into the crease. I really should have primed my lids before I came on. Doesn't matter though, it'll blend. Get a bit more product. So it's the crease, which you can see is just where my mobile lid goes in, and just above I've just brought it out slightly as well. And don't worry about making a mess on the edge of your eye because you can clean that up later if you do your base makeup afterwards. You can do your base makeup before if you want to and just put a little bit of powder underneath just to collect any fallout if there is any. It's entirely up to you. Like with makeup, there's absolutely no rules. So I'm just going to blending brush. This is one of my favourite brushes. Just hold it right at the end and I'm just going to blend gingerly a little bit. Anyone who comes on the replay, do come and say hi. I do check the comments, any questions, etc. I do go into the comments afterwards. Just say hello and tell me where you're watching from. So this brush is the absolute bomb when it comes to blending your eye makeup. Like my favourite brush before this was actually the crease brush, but nothing compared to this one. You can even apply your makeup with this one, you know, if you just use the very tips, because it's got like a tapered edge. Just use the very tip just to apply it, say in the crease or in the outer V or wherever you want it. Right, so just blending it a little bit. I don't know about anybody else, but when I'm plucking brows and stuff, I always think that, you know, if there's any, say, just here, any stray ones, and I pull them out, my makeup seems to sit differently on that area, which really drives me mad, because I don't want to apply more pigment than I actually need to. Okay, so you can see how dark Gingerly was when I applied it, and now I've blended it out slightly. It's sitting quite nicely now. So I'm going to pour a little bit of Marvellous in the outer V. And again, you know, if you're new to doing eye makeup, don't be afraid to just put it on and then just have a play with blending it out. It doesn't matter if you make a mess, makeup can be fixed. Just keep going. just trying to see that what I'm doing is fairly even. Just applying a bit more pigment here. Okay, and then you just go in, hold the brush at the end, and then just gently, little circular motions or back and forth, a little bit like a windscreen wiper. And if you blend as you go, it just makes it a little bit easier, and you're just ensuring that both sides are the same if they can be. Someone's driving erratically on the street. Okay, just try not to overblend. I always do it, you know, apply makeup really nicely and then I overblend it, so I kind of blend it away. But you want it blended, but you still want some bloody makeup on your lids. Okay, I'm just going to check in the mirror that I've got here. And I'm going to do a little bit of optimistic just under the arch of the brow. Oh, it's a bit much. I'll just have to blend that out. I'll do it under the whole brow and blend it out. Note to self, do not tweeze eyebrows before doing makeup. Would you leave that next time until the evening when it's all cleansed off? So just blend away. And I might stick a little bit of that in the inner corner of the eye as well. I don't think you can see in my terrible poor lighting, I've got like the big light on in the bedroom, just how beautiful and shimmery Optimistic is. Just have to double check then that it's definitely Optimistic. Now that just opens up the eye area a little bit. Right, now my favourite bit. Let's get some manipulative on the lid. Right, so that didn't take too long, it wasn't too taxing, so now we're on for manipulative, which is the coppery or like burnt orange shimmery pigment. This is gorgeous, and I'm just going to apply it more or less all over the lid, and like a bit of a almost like a semicircle, but not quite. I'm not going to take it right to the outer corner, and I'm just going to make sure I blend that bit. It's such a beautiful colour, and if you wanted to as well, you could just spritz your brush with some water, rose water, whatever you want, and just make it almost applies like a foil then, a foiled pigment, and it looks even more sparkly. Just tap off the excess. But how gorgeous is that colour? And I think as well, these type of colours as well, like coppery, you know, golds, browns and things, they're quite nice if you've got blue eyes. Well, I mean, you obviously, your nudes, your browns, etc. suit every eye colour. Right, so I'm just taking that up towards the crease. And now I'm just going to blend, even blend in on the lid. How nice is that? So it's just manipulative, gingerly in the crease, so this area, and then Marvellous, which is the dark chocolate, which I've almost blended away, and that's just in the outer V area. I might just apply a bit more of that. And if, like I said, if you make any mistakes or anything, like if with some of your colours, you can go back in with your transition colour and just blend it out a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to apply a liner, but I'm going to use a pressed pigment, so I'm going to use this matte black Legendary, and I'm just going to just keep wetting. This is a liner shader brush. I know what to do. So I've got a cotton pad, and I'm just going to use that. I've sprayed a bit of rose water on it just to keep dipping the brush onto and wetting it. So wet brush, got some product on the brush, and now we want to line. I need a mirror for this. So I'm taking it as close to the base of my lashes as I can. Just make sure the brush is wet still, and then I'm going to stick a wing on. That'll do. And you can bring this in a bit more if you want to as well, but you know, even onto just here on your nose. I don't really like to do that, but it looks amazing on some people. Okay, now I'm going to attempt to do the other side. And I don't know if you're anything like me, you'll always have one eye, which is so much easier to do than the other. Right. Sorry, I'm kind of in your way with the mirror. Just wet it again. Just need to fill that in. Okay, I'm not going to sit here making sure they're symmetrical because I could be here all night, so a little bit of a wing, and now we're going to do lashes and then we'll come back and sort out the lower lid later. Just neaten that up slightly before I go actually. That would do for now. It's just stressed me out otherwise. So you can curl your lashes, you can apply falsies at this stage if you want to. I'm going to attempt to do the false lash look with 3D with Epic underneath it. So I'm going to use the Epic mascara, a couple of coats, and then put some 3D on. Or you could apply your strip lashes at this stage and then put a little bit of mascara on as well. Right, so just be careful when you use these. I don't particularly like eyelash curlers because I always think that they do cause quite a bit of breakage, and normally I would sit here and curl them with the hairdryer, but I'm just going to use that just for quickness today. Okay, so Epic mascara. So I'll just make sure that I coat all of my lashes with it. And then just try and pull it from the base of the lashes upwards. This is a one step, so no fibres involved with this mascara. And it's a really nice clump free formula. I'm not even going to dip the wand back in the tube to do the other eye. God, the lighting is appalling. I can't actually see on this side because of the way the light actually is. So I'm putting makeup on this eye blind, that's how it feels anyway. I was going to try and show you then, like I've seen other people doing with just something at the side of their eye, so you can see how long you can get your lashes just with the Epic mascara, and that's before you put anything else on. They're quite impressive. Okay, so that's one coat of Epic on each eye, and I'm going to go back with a second coat. And do this one a little bit quicker now because I can actually see where I'm applying it, whereas before, because my lashes are so fair, I just always take a little bit more time and care just to make sure that I'm hitting the right spot with the mascara. And like it's buildable mascara, normally leave it just for a minute in between coats. I'm trying to speed up now because I really need to go and get a drink. My cats are always very quiet when I come on a live. Steve's actually at work at the moment, so the house is quiet anyway, but the cats used to, like, you know, come and walk over my makeup when I was doing a live. They're not doing that. I think they're just a bit fed up with the weather. Okay, so 3D mascara. Some people do the 3D first and then put the Epic on top. I'm not doing it that way because I don't want to get fibres into my Epic mascara, because I think that could dry it out a little bit quicker. So 2 tubes, there's fibres in the smaller tube and there's gel in the taller of the 2 tubes. So 1 coat, gel, fibres and gel. Right, so with the gel you just make sure that you coat your lashes with it. So you apply the gel, light mascara, but just taking extra care that you coat your lashes, concentrating on the tips really. And you do one side at a time with this. So fibres, I always flatten them on the back of my hand. I think it gives you a little bit less fallout when you do that. I wish I could play music on the live as well. I used to always do that, but Facebook don't like it when you do, and sometimes you have problems posting it. I'll try it next time. I'm so glad that it's lighter for longer. So I'm starting to get the false lash look. They never sit like that for me, you know, up here. Really wish they did, but mine are a lot flatter than that naturally. So you have to make do with what you've got. Okay, so I need to seal this side, but I let that sit first because then it gives the fibres a little bit of time to adhere to the lash before I seal it. And then you're not getting loads of fibres in your gel at the same time. So now I'm just gelling the other eye. really like these colours, and actually you could wear this for a day look as well. It just needs a little bit of tidying up, but I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Sorry about the mascara faces. Okay, let's stick some fibres on. Okay, so I'll let that sit for a minute to adhere the lash. I'll gel seal the other side now and then decide if I want to put any more on. But it's given me quite a nice, almost false lash effect already, so I'm quite happy with that. What's everyone's plans for the rest of the week? Hopefully you've got something nice planned, and hopefully we'll get some nice weather again. Please, especially over the weekend. It'd be so nice if it was nice again. Right, so I've sealed that side. And you can see how lovely they're getting. I'm going to seal this side now. I'm giving it a minute. Okay, so fibres are sealed on this side as well. I was going to see if I could bring you in closer, but I don't think I can. Let's take you back out, that's awful. Ah, let me do it. It's better. Okay, so now I just want to clean up some of the mess that I've made. Love those colours. So you can just clean up with either with your makeup, or you can go in with a wipe and just kind of hold it. If that makes sense. So just hold it against the side of your eye, and then you can just pull it. And then I just want to, and then we can just go over that again with the makeup. Okay, now I'm going to get some, so I've already cleansed, I've moisturised, and I've put Glorious Primer, not Glorious Primer, yeah, it is Glorious Primer. I put Glorious Primer on my face, and now I'm going to do a BB cream, but I've also got quite a lot of red patches, so blotchy skin, so I'm going to do a bit of BB cream and a bit of concealer. So I'm just using the liquid foundation brush to stick this on, and then I'll use a beauty blender just to blend it in. So concealer, this is the lightest one that we do that I'm using on me, Scarlet, and the BB cream is in shade Cream. So you just stick a little bit on. This just gives it, obviously the BB cream is a very light coverage, but if you team it with a little bit of the, or a lot if you want to, of the Skin Perfecting Concealer, it gives more of a medium coverage, medium to even full coverage. So I'm going to use the brush until there's no product left in it, and then we'll use a damp beauty blender. So I could have actually done the base first because there wasn't really a lot of fallout with the makeup, which is good. Bring it down onto your neck. Good habit for whatever base you're using on your face. This brush is great for getting in around your eyes, between your brows, around your nose. Get it into the hairline. And carefully take it around your brows if you've done them. Okay, so I use the brush until there's no product left. Then I like to get a beauty blender or a couple of beauty blenders, and I use them wet. Just stick that back. So water's fine. And then I just bounce it on the skin and just press the product into my skin. And if you have concealed any areas, this is particularly good, you know, to use, because then you're not brushing it away with a brush. I need to clean that bit up again. The best thing to do if you have concealed any blemishes or something is you can always stipple or use a beauty blender on top of that area. So I really like the BB creams, how it feels on the skin. It feels very much like a treatment balm. So to check my mirror as well, check that I'm blending it in properly, because you can't always tell in the phone camera. And because I use my concealer to just cover blemishes because it matches my skin, I don't tend to use it for highlighting this area. And I do get bits of red, you know, quite pink to red pigment here. The skin's, you know, still healing in that area because it's quite dry, so I'm always using like facial exfoliators on that area to try and deal with the redness, but it's not too angry looking, so I'm not too fussed about that. But if you're using a concealer to highlight, you would always choose one that is a shade lighter or 2 shades lighter. And we've got some contouring sticks on the website at the moment. They are limited edition and they make highlight and contour so simple. I suppose it's similar concept to the sculpting trio that we had, which is still on the website as well, but this sculpting stick is a double-ended stick and it's like a cream product, so you've got the highlighter on one end and you've got the contour on the other, and it blends really nicely, and you can actually use that all over your face. Like I did with my BB highlight and contour, you could do that with the sculpting stick instead, so you can actually just draw it onto the areas that you want it. So I'm going to go over and just set this a little bit with a little bit of another one of my favourite products. This is the Touch Behold Translucent Setting Powder, and this just keeps your makeup in place all day. So, you know, particularly if it's a hot day or something, then you don't want your makeup melting off your skin. So it's got like a little net in there as well, which saves you from like losing all the product. And then a little stopper in the lid as well, which is really handy, particularly if you're travelling with the product in your bag. Because I've used, like, you know, similar products from other beauty houses, and I've travelled with them and I've taken off the lid and lost half of the product. So this Behold Setting Powder, it's translucent, it's colourless, so you don't need to be matched for this. And a little goes a long way, and it's just great at just setting your makeup. Okay, I'm going to go back now and just sort out the lower lid. Just have a swig of my drink. Right, so whatever you do on your top lid, you should try and do the same to the lower lid. So I'm going to go just find a brush that I want to use. Oh, it's probably still got a bit of the other product on. Hang on a sec. I'll use a little one. So I'm going to go smudge a little bit of gingerly into the lower lash line. We'll do the same on the other side. So I'm mainly doing this in like the first third of the eye. Okay, so that's gingerly. And I'm going to put, I'm going to put Marvellous on the other side first. So I'm just going to meet gingerly with Marvellous. The lighting is so bad on this side that I can't see the product as well. Okay, that will do. And now I'm going to put a little bit of Manipulative, this gorgeous coppery shimmer. And there too. Now I tend to just keep the product quite close to my lash line, and then I'll smudge it and just blend it out. But some people like to use like the whole of, you know, like, see your eye as like, you know, one circle if you like, and they use the whole of that area. So I'm just putting the Manipulative more or less in the middle. And I'm just going to smudge it, so I'm just making sure that the colours are blending into each other. Oh, I love this manipulative. And now go back in with the blending brush, which is great if you've applied too much product. You can just blend some of it away. Cheat. You can line your lower lash line as well. I don't tend to. I'm just normally quite happy with just the it lined above, and then the lower lid. I don't even always wear mascara on the lower lid, but I'm going to put some on today, and I'm going to find. This is an old Epic mascara, hence the little sticker on it, and I just use this really for like the lower lashes so that I'm not getting too much product on there. I've had this one probably since we launched the Epic mascara. I don't know if that was July or something last year, so I've had it a long time. But if you are going for a glam look, it is important to put mascara on your lower lashes. I quite often leave the lower lashes. I think a lot of people do as well, to be honest, because mine are very long and I think it looks a bit odd sometimes if I've got mascara on them. But I would always wear it for a glam look. Okay, so the bottom one's done. And now we can go in and do a little bit of contouring, and I'm going to do it quite a deep contour just so that it reads quite well on the camera and in this lighting. Right, so I'm using a contour brush. I'm using one of our old concealers. This was a mineral concealer. It was in the darkest shade, I think, called Fierce. We don't do them anymore. You could also use a bronzer, or you could use like a dark foundation if you like the powdery type, or we've got the contour stick, we've got the sculpting palette as well. So I want to slim my face, so you kind of go from in the direction of the top of your ear towards your lip. Obviously you wouldn't bring it in that far, but it really does depend on your face shape, and you want to just check that you placing it underneath your cheekbone, and I bring it to like in line with my eye. And you don't need to be that precise. I'm just going to make it a bit darker so you can actually see it on here in this lighting. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. You can just use a bigger, fluffier brush, like a blusher brush, and just draw a 3 on either side of your face. So I don't normally do it this dark, and I think I've done them in the wrong bloody direction. Or one of them anyway. I've brought it too far out, which I didn't want to do, but it doesn't matter. You don't make mistakes with makeup, you just clean it up as you go. So I bring my forehead in there. And if you are just tuning in and watching it, I don't normally do it this dark, but sometimes you have to put your makeup on a little bit darker so people can see what you're doing when you do it on a live. I like it underneath my lip to make it appear bigger. I put some along my jawline. It gives me back my shape and gets rid of any double and triple bloody chins that are there. And then I take it along the side of my nose and I just follow the brush in the direction of my nose and where my brows start. And then I take it along the tip as well. Let's bring that to me so you can see the 3 shape. So already it gives the illusion that I've lost a little bit of weight. You can also as well bring it down onto your neck. You can contour all this area as well if you want to. So I've put that on, and then I just use, this is a Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, but I like it for blending. So you can use this to apply your makeup, but I've always liked it for blending my contour, blending blusher, you know, whatever I put on my face. So obviously if you was going to highlight, you would highlight like this kind of umbrella area on top of your forehead. You'd highlight down your nose, just above your lips, your cupid's bow. You'd highlight your chin. You'd highlight this kind of triangle area underneath your eyes, which I'm not going to do today. I think because I've applied such a heavy contour, you can see the areas that are lighter anyway. So it makes my job easier. And do blend your contour when you do it. I can't bear it when I see people with like tiger stripes on their face where they haven't blended it. I blend it into my hairline as well. So you blend in to make sure there's no harsh lines, and also just to give the illusion that it's natural. It's a part of your face shape. I blend upwards in circular motions towards the ear. And I needn't forget my nose. Nearly done now. Okay, so now I'm just going to apply a little bit of iridescent. I'm not going to put any blush on today, but I am going to put some iridescent. This is our Touch a la Mode and it's a powder luminizer. I could apply a cream because I've applied a BB cream underneath, but I want to go for a powder today. So it's a mineral product. This is a fan brush, and I just swirl it into the product. It activates the minerals. And also because it's quite difficult to get your product on your fan brush. Like, tap off the excess, and then I apply this, and I'm going to try and apply a lot just on top of the cheekbone, and then I take it round my eyebrow. You could apply it in the arch, but we've already got a bit of optimistic there, so we won't do that. And then I'm going to do this for the other side as well. And I've done a lot more than I would do normally, but only so to see if you can see it on the phone camera. Take it down your nose and just lightly onto the forehead. Well, actually, this is a good way to see if there's any product on the brush when you just brush it over your Cupid's bow. And you can see if there's any there. Okay, so I think I'm more or less done. I'm going to put a lip product on. So earlier I used our lip exfoliator. So this is quite nice. It's for just making sure that there's no dead skin cells on your lips. There's no kind of dry or patchy areas. So I already used that today before I've come on live, and I just need to decide what I'm going to wear. I might put on a bit of, I think it's Shameless, and it's a lip stain, and then if I don't like it I can go over it. Right, so these lip stains, these originally were my favourite lip products with Unique, because I like lipsticks, don't get me wrong, but I like a lipstick. If I put lipstick on, I have to set it with the powder on top, because I don't like that wet feel. I don't like to be out and about and my hair's getting stuck in my lips, or I'm getting lipstick on, you know, if I wipe my face, I'm like, you know, swiping a load of lipstick off onto my hands. So I always like my lip products to be quite dry on the lip. And these are great. You can apply a couple of coats, 2 or 3 coats. It depends on your lips how long it's going to last on your lips. But they do apply, you know, they do last all day. For me, if I apply a coat or 2, by the end of the day, I'll still have an outline where the product is. So I do carry it with me and I do apply it again. But I think that's my own fault, because I've had like years of like, you know, just biting my lips. So I've probably made my lips a little bit patchy in areas, and I have to apply more product. So this one is like, I guess it's like a corally, like an orangey kind of colour. And I'm gonna, oh also as well, you can tip the product. You can see it's got a lot of product in there and it doesn't come out, so you're not going to lose it if you do drop it, or you know, your children are playing with your makeup. Look at the colour on that. Oh, I applied a bit much there. So I'm just using the side of my wand. I should have cleansed my lips again because I had BB cream on them, which makes it harder to see where you're applying the product. If you make any mistakes, you can just outline your lips with some concealer. And I know that I've gone over my lip there slightly, the line of it. but generally you're okay as long as you don't go too far over like the fold of your lip. It doesn't look too odd. Okay, that is one coat of Shameless, a lip stain, and that will last for a long time. This is gorgeous. It's one of my favourites originally, but you have to be brave if you're going to wear the bright colours. And that one was called Skittish. Let's see if I can find it. And that's this one. And this was a gorgeous, vibrant pink. Or maybe this will make me start wanting to wear it again. But like I said with these, I would apply. Some people can get away with maybe the one coat and it'd last all day. But I guess it depends how often you're drinking, what you're eating and stuff, you know, what you're doing with your lips. But these are smudge proof, they're coffee proof, they're kiss proof. So, you know, once they dry on your lips, still not quite dry, but so there's still a little bit of an outline. But once they're dry, you don't get that. Now I'm going to go over and just do another coat. I could as easily have done a nude with this look. I've always either concentrated on eyes or lips, so I kept one or the other quite subtle. I'm quite excited by this colour now. And I always apply it on as much of my lip as possible. And then whatever you're doing, your lips are covered. Okay, that'll do. I'm just going to cleanse off this little bit of lip stain on my hand, otherwise it's going to be there forever. But yeah, you can see that has stained my hand and it doesn't want to come off. So that's the stain powder of these lip stains. I'm going to be scrubbing this off all today and tomorrow. So these are perfect for the beach as well, because you don't want to be worrying about like wet lip products, you know, like lip glosses and lipsticks and things on the beach. The liquid lipsticks are not too bad because they're matte and they tend to be a bit of a soft powdery finish, so they're not too bad. And these are just perfect for if you don't want to be bothered with your lip colour. But I guess until you know how it oxidises and how it looks on your lips, I just carry it with you just to touch up throughout the day. So you can also line your lips as well before you put it on. So there's today's look. So absolutely in love with that manipulative. And like I said, I could have applied it very differently. I could have applied it wet, which would give quite a foiled look. So I've got pressed shadows on today. I've got manipulative, which is the coppery orangey colour. I've got marvellous, the chocolate brown, which is in the outer V. I've got gingerly, like all over the crease, to warm up the crease area. I've got legendary as my liner, which is a pigment, but I've applied it wet, so I could do a little bit of a winged look. And BB creams, I'm wearing shade Cream. I've mixed in a little bit of the Scarlet Concealer as well to cover some blemishes. And I'm wearing Shameless lip stain. The contour is done with Fierce, but there are other products that I can recommend if you are looking for a contour product. Like at the moment we have the Cream contour and highlight sticks on the website. And I'm using Iridescent. It's my favourite highlighter, so you can see I've just applied it in like a C shape just above my cheekbone and over my eyebrow. So if you do come and catch this on the replay, do come and say hello. If you want to talk to me about any of the products that I've used in today's live video, or if you want to talk to me about the opportunity, then just get in touch with me, you know, get into my inbox and we'll have a chat there. And that's it for today's live. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.